Hello there. Welcome to the Engineering Mechanics video lectures. We are seeing the series of video lectures on the concepts of the moment. Every time we are telling the moment is nothing but the force into perpendicular distance. In these problems, either we need to calculate the force or we need to calculate the geometrical properties. If the geometrical properties are available, it's going to be easy. Most of the time we are dedicating to find out the geometrical properties between the point of observation to the line of application, that means the line of action. So in this connection here I am going to be taking the one problem over here. There we can see there is going to be a beam problem I have taken. So then you see AB is going to be your beam. So directly I am going to be taking the problem here. AB is the beam. At the point C there is a applied force P is going to be acted at an angle 45 degrees to the vertical. At the same time at B there is a vertical bar is going to be supported and the tension in the vertical bar is going to be the C. So that's going to be S. So can you see that's I have mentioned BC is going to be your vertical bar, the force P and the ideal hinges. There we can see at the hinges between the horizontal bar and the vertical bar there is a hinge is there. And from the vertical bar to here is going to be another hinge is there. It means that we are neglecting the friction between these the supporters. And then we need to find out what is the tension existed at the point, so in the vertical bar. The self weight of the member AB is going to be neglected. So what I want to do now, whatever the diagram it is available, the first we need to draw the free body diagram. If you want to draw the free body diagram, we must do some analysis on the given figure. There we can see how many forces are going to be acted, that means external forces, how many forces are acted here. Can you see there is only the one force, that is the P is going to be acting. And the second step is that what are the support is going to be existed for the respective figure. So there we can see AB is the bar and it is supported at A by the hinge and there is going to be a vertical bar also supported at B. So what I want to do, my next step is that I want to remove all the supports and I want to show with the reaction forces. This is what we are doing from the series of the problem solution and the series of video lectures. Also we are going to be talking about the free body diagram. So there we can see the free body diagram, how we are going to be draw. The first I am going to be draw the beam. I am going to be assume the axis of this member is going to be representing the beam. So this is going to be your A and this is the point B I am going to be considering. So then at the point C, can you see the location of the point C is existed at L by 2 distance from one end of the A, another end also it is going to be located L by 2. It means that it is located exactly at the center of the beam. So then it is going to be making the P with an inclination of 45 degrees. Now can you see that's the same we mentioned. At the same time what we did it, we remove all the supports. Can you see the point I am going to be removing, that means I am going to be making half over here. So then internal forces will going to be external forces. There I am going to be showing the reaction force at this point. So that I am going to be taking here the reaction, that's going to be your S, BC I am going to be taking. That is the force is developed in the vertical bar. So next at hinge A. So at hinge A what will happen here, already we know that at hinge there is going to be two type of reaction forces are going to be generating. The first one is in the vertical direction, second one is going to be horizontal. These two forces are going to be trying to keep the body in the equilibrium condition and it is avoiding the movements at the point A. So then I am going to be taking your RAV, RAH. So we do have taken, these are the directions over here in this one. At the same time these are located L by 2 and L by 2 distance is there. Now once we have drawn the free body diagram, it is very clear that the forces are available and the geometrical properties also available. And one more thing we need to be check it over here. That means the moment is equal to force into perpendicular distance I am going to be calling. So can you see if where I need to take the moments? If I am going to be taking the moments at A or at B, what will happen? So our main intention is we need to be calculate what is the tension in our vertical bar. I don't want what is the force is going to be generating at hinge A. So then it is very clear that very systematically and very selectively I am going to be taking the moments at A is equal to 0. If I am going to be taking whatever the forces are going to be developing, it will become 0. because at point A the forces are available, but perpendicular distance is not going to be available because they are passing to the same point, then it will become 0. So then what I am going to do, so one is going to be clear, I am going to be taking moments at A is equal to 0. It is very clear. So now we need to find out how many forces. One is the tension, second one is the force P is going to be acting. Now I need to find out the perpendicular distance to the point A. So can you see, this is the point of observation, right? So then what is there, that suppose this is going to be the line of action of your tension. So there is a perpendicular distance is going to be existed at L, that is called arm length of moment. That's going to be L distance is available. So we got this SBC into L. Now can you see, the force P is going to be making inclined. For this one, the calculation of your perpendicularity is going to be little difficult. So then what I am going to do, I am going to be resolving the forces. One is in the horizontal direction, one is in the vertical direction, so that I can find out easily. So then can you see, because the point C is going to be located L by 2. If I resolve the force P, one is in the vertical direction, that's going to be P cos 45 degrees, and another force is going to be there, that's going to be moving in this direction, P sin 45 degrees. Can you see, the same force I have resolved into the two components. One is going to be vertically downward direction, one is going to be towards the right side. Now it is going to be my taking the moments at A is going to be very easy. So then what I am going to do, the P sin 45, P cos 45. When the P sin 45, it is exactly passing to the point A. We have the force, but there is no perpendicular distance, your line of action of the force and to the observation point. But P cos 45 is going to be acting vertically in this direction. So then there is a perpendicular distance is available between the A and C. Now with this analysis, I am going to be taking the moments at A. So sign conventions are going to be clockwise direction is the positive, anti-clockwise direction is the negative I am going to be considering. There we can see here the point A. So this is going to be moving in which direction? This is moving in the anti-clockwise direction, and the P cos 45 is moving in the clockwise direction. So that's going to be P cos 45 degrees, right? Into perpendicular distance, how much? That's going to be L by 2 plus or minus. That's going to be minus SBC is going to be your tension in the vertical bar, and the distance is going to be your L, that's equal to 0, right? When it is equal to 0, so now I need to find out the SBC, that is the tension in the vertical bar. So then SBC, suppose if I am going to be taking to the right side, so then what will happen, this L will going to be cancelled out, and then P cos 45 by 2. So that's going to be your SBC is equal to, so that's going to be, so P cos 45 is equal to 1 by root 2 is going to be available. So that's going to be the P divided by 2 into root 2, I will get it. This way we are going to be calculating the forces acting in this member. There we can observe here, even though we have taken the moments, we are not calculating the moments here. By using the moment concepts, we are calculating the forces only. Even you can use the equations of equilibrium or any other Newton forces we are going to be using, or parallelogram law, or any kind of the law we are using. Specifically in engineering mechanics, we need to be calculate only the forces only, right? So I hope you are able to understand how to take the moments and where to take the moments, and right, and why we need to take the moments at a particular point, right? The series of the video lectures watching will helpful to you to improve the connectivity of the subject, so that you feel more ease and you can solve the unknown problems also. I hope you are able to understand. So please support me. Thank you.